Like any member of the religious circle, Sister Frances Aniver of the Religious Sisters of Mercy have tirelessly dedicated her life spreading God's love and teachings, and is conscientiously living out their congregation's charism, which calls for them to unflinchingly take the side of the poor and the oppressed. Master's degree holder in Pastoral Sociology at the Asian Social Institute, Sister Frances too is a veteran woman human rights worker who survived the Marcos dictatorship. Her involvement in the human rights movement in the Philippines has allowed her a broad view of the cases of repression against women human rights defenders in Mindanao and the situation of women and children who compose a large part of the internally displaced persons in the island. Recently, she supported the struggle of the residents of Mantigi Island in Camiguin, who are being evicted from their island to accommodate the local government's medium development ecotourism plan, and for walking with the poor fisherfolk's struggle against this latest aggressive move of the local government in the name of development. The veteran human rights defender caught the ire of the island's power holders.
Panghadlok ngadto ni Sister Frances aron nga dili siya continue pagtabang ngadto sa mga tao.
Mas palabi nila ang langgam kontra sa kinabuhi sa tao.
Now, Sister Frances Aniver is taking on a challenge of continuing her support of the poor fisherfolk's struggle to keep their island, and is embarking on a crusade to defend her preferential option for the poor. She understands that she can never turn her back against the people, especially now that, more than ever, the poor needs her help today, not next week. The island born of fire, Camiguin is a tiny pearl-shaped volcanic outcrop off the north coast of the island of Mindanao. It is an ideal destination for trekkers in search for adventure and romantic yearning for a quiet corner. Mambahaw, the capital, makes a good way station to such attractions as the 7 volcanoes, waterfalls, springs, and white sand beaches. It is positioned as the eco-agri site of the region, with visitor arrivals reaching 253,000 tourists on 2004. Camiguin Island too is one of the 3 focused tourism hotspots named by the Department of Tourism. The development of the province's various tourist destinations tops the list of the government's priorities. One such ecotourism development plan includes that of Camiguin's lesser-known islet, Mantigi. The 4.4-hectare Mantigi Island is part of the municipality of Mahino. With its white sand coastline and marine sanctuary, Mantigi is known to be one of the country's top diving sites. It is because of this that the local government is hell-bent in developing the island to boost its commercial tourism industry. Recently, the local government issued the Executive Order Number 2, which paved the way for the implementation of the province's tourism development plan. That also provided the legal seal for the eviction of the poor fisherfolks of Mantigi.
Si Mayor Jis Papakoribot, 1992 man siguro to, nga tuig. Nga, wa to mahimong dako kay wa man to maagi jud og kanang korte sa istorya ra to ni Jis Pakoribot. Nya, ang gisundan po ni Juan Mayor Castañares sa 1997. Nya, gi-public hearing mi nga pahawa o lagi ni Mayor Castañares. Nya, kami kay ngariat mami ato, di mami ang matawo din di magyud manghawa tungod kay niya mi din ay mabuhi. Nya, magunsa mami dito sa daplin nga sa Mindan nga wa mami pangita dito. Di mabuhi ang mong pamilya. Moto, hantod ato, pag-abot tagi sa katuig, ang mayor na mo din si Castañares nga patay na karon. Mo'y balik siya din o iyang isuning ni din gihatag og linya gisukod ni tag 100 square meter gihatag niya. Nya, wa man to ma-approve kay tungod kay ang gobernador o ang iyang makauban nga SB member supak man ato motong diharata man ato pag surbira sa 100 square meter para siya nga gihatag yadak mo. Nya karon isundan na pod ni kini si Mayor Kahalya na mao ning abot na sa korte nga gipasakahan og sumbong nga kuan kriminal nga illegal kuno ang among pagpuyo dinhi.
The local government, however, remains staunch in its position that the eviction of the poor fisherfolks will be done in the name of restoring, by all means necessary, the environmental integrity of the island. Already, they have dismissed the idea of developing Mantigi Island to serve the province's ecotourism development plan. However, official documents tell a rather contrary and disturbing story. The official document entitled Mantigi Development Plan presents the local government's plan for the island, which aims to pursue ecotourism development and generate income for the municipality of Mahinog, which is projected to be implemented using strategies such as the creation of economic enterprises and conducting manpower development trainings. All this supports the idea that Attorney Beverly Salim Musni is espousing, that the eviction of the poor fisherfolks of Mantigi is but another classic case of the government's obsession over development aggression.
Kining ingon nato nga development aggression, very common occurrence ni siya sa Philippine setting. Kung ingon galit ang development aggression, pamugos ka nang naa sa kagamhanan sa pagtukod sa managkalain porma sa business enterprise o mga negosyo, mga economic ventures sa giingon nila nga pagpalambo sa ekonomiya. Kung ingon galit ang pagpalambo sa ekonomiya, i-translate kaya na in layman's terms nga maka-generate ko ng trabaho. Pero contrary to what the present government is saying, kining ingon nato nga development aggression, dunay dakong impact sa kinabuhi sa patakan nga mga katawhan. Susama kini paghitabo sa Dias Camigan Island, no, particular kaning dinhi sa may Mantigi Island sa munisipyo sa Mahinog.
But the people's resistance was met by the government's showcase of power. Thus, on October 29, 2008, the residents were finally stripped of their right to live in the island. Immediately after the arrest, Sister Francis Anuver came to their rescue and served as the custodian of the displaced islanders.
From August to September, I not hear anymore from them, except for the incident that happened in October 29, when one of my sisters knocked at my door early morning at about 6 o'clock and told me about the arrest that was happening already in the island, when 3 boats of policemen went to the island and arrested them. So immediately, my response was to really help them, which I did. I filed a motion for bail in recognizance to the Municipal Trial Court in Mahinog, to Judge Eduardo Chan, for the release. And immediately in the evening they were released. They were detained in the municipal gymnasium in the municipality of Mahinog, wherein women carrying their young children were included in the arrest. Practically, all the residents in the island were arrested.
But with Sister Francis living out her Christian faith and belief in helping the poor and oppressed, the local government responded with unleashing attacks against the veteran human rights defender.
That is what is happening to me now. I am being alienated, I am being persecuted by the rich and the powerful, the power holders here in the island, just because I helped the people in Mantigi. I received already many threats, as well as one of our teachers was called by the power holders here and conducted a profile check of my being a woman religious and my person. I also received from the post office a letter containing the resolution from the municipality of Mahinog, wherein they expressed their disgust of my helping the people of Mahinog. Also, that letter on that resolution was sent by post office, which was received by my superior in Tacloban. And when I arrived in December 21 to Tacloban, that was the first thing that was shown to me by my superior. And they can even afford to tell my superior to transfer me to another assignment, and also instructing my superior that I should withdraw my motion for bail of recognizance for the Mantigi people, which I said, Sister, I cannot do it. My conscience will not allow me to withdraw my support for the people in Mantigi.
No, Sister Frances, diha sa parokya sa San Nicolas Tolentino, usa siya ka devoted, active kayo nga katekista, inspirer, siya nagtudlo ka na mo og nagdasig, naghatag siya kanamo sa mga recollections, seminars, o nakatouch kid siya sa among mga kasing-kasing. Usa siya sa akong mga inspiration, anong nahuman ko sa pagsimulan. Luyos anong kapobre, kung luyos anong kakabos, nakaman ka po nito iskola, pinagi sa iyang pagkabang ng suporta o pag-iyakan.
Sa katabang na mo, huwag man na sa mga personal na interest niya pagtabang na mo. Lamuoy lang siya.
Sige, ang iya lang nga dako lang ang iyang kaluoy sa mga tao sa Mantigi nga gipangdakop nga way igong dagkong sala. Sala ba dahil ng mga tao nga dili muhawa ila ng pagdakpon.
Faithful. Gaudium et Spes, which is the constitutions of the church. In the very first page of this constitution was quoted the joys and the hopes, the fears and anxieties of the people of today. These are the same joys and hopes, fears and anxieties of the followers of Christ. So we embrace this. And I really admire Sister Francis for the courage that she had shown the people of Philippines.
Saludo in peace. Expressing no, we express our deepest solidarity with Sister Anjover. Yalo kita kadaugan ni Sister Anjover ang iyang pagmanifest in court nga siya mo kung anki as bansuman. Kadaugan ang giingon nga papahawa siya kay wala siya gipapahawa nga nangawat. Wala siya gipapahawa nga namas-tamas sa mga kabus sa kaligin. Wala siya gipapahawa tungod sa binuhatan nga exploitative. Gipapahawa siya tungod sa iyang trabaho, sa iyang baluganan o pagkiguban sa katawang kabus.
Namatugan karon na si Sister Francis mo may giduol inuon sa taga Mantigi na dili taga nini ug nahagit ko ana nga pangitan.
A message for her. I would like to thank you, Sister Francis, for the courage and the love that you have shown to be with the arrested residents of Mantique. Thank you for providing them shelter and support, and for filing the motion for bail on recognizance to the office of the municipal judge. What you did inspires us. You are true to your commitment to Christ, and you stood on the side of the poor and the oppressed. You made us remember Matthew 25, verses 31 to 46. I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was in prison and you visited me. I was a stranger and you comforted me. What you did to the least of my brethren, you did it to me. So, thank you very much, Sister Francis, for what you did to the people of Philippines.
I am not hoping that immediately there will be change. But at least in my brief stay here in the island for about 2 years now, I am hoping that I have sown the seed of courage and hope for the people, and I hope the next generation will reap that harvest. My belief in really helping the poor is anchored on the Gospels, as well as the church social teachings and the charism of our foundress, Venerable Catherine Macaulay, which is an Irish courageous woman who says that the poor need help today, not next year.